Alright, hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a landing page for a product in React. So, in this video, we're going to be doing this website. It's a website for a product called Rain Body Fuel. I personally drink this all the time. It's delicious. I use it for workouts. Can't say enough great things about it. The product already has its own website. But this is just for practice, it's just for fun. So let's get into it. So we scroll down a little bit here. We see that we have a header. We have a little bit of text here. We have a bit of a summary, kind of, and then some cool, bold text. Right next to it, we have an image. So as you can see, we're using some UI design elements and techniques, leaving the white space to just the sides, making sure we don't have any awkward white space anywhere. I'll scroll down a little bit more. Here we have the products themselves. If we hover over one, we get a little bit of an animation. Hovers up a little bit. We have a little bit of a background there, or not a background, a shadow. So if we click it, pops up a modal with the name of the product itself, and a little description in the series. So this product has two series of drinks, the Inferno and the regular original series. One's, I think, for quote-unquote metabolism. It's not my product. I'm not here to judge or anything. But if we scroll a little bit more, all these have the same effect. A little bit more. So this product is a sports drink, so it obviously has some ambassadors or sponsors in the sports industry who sponsor. So we have two strongmen. We have Hafthor Bjornsson and Martin Licis, two of my favorite strongmen. And then Jujimufu, a YouTuber, acrobat, bodybuilder, does crazy things. And here we have just a super basic, super nothing footer. So this is where a copyright would go, links to an about or application process for a job, normal stuff you'd see at the bottom of a web page. And then if we go to inspect it here, click this, we can see we have a little button for a header. It's very responsive for mobile. Mobile is very important. Always want to go mobile first. If we click it, we still see our modal. Scroll down. All these have shifted and changed to fit the dimensions for the device we're on. If we go to maybe an iPad, boom, you can see that we have, well, a few bugs to fix, but we can probably do it together. iPad Pro, pretty good. I think the iPad. No, iPad view just messed up. Okay, we'll fix that. Alright, but generally that's what we're going to do. So we're going to create this website, and let's get started. Alright, so close this up. In the link in the description, I'll have a link to the starter code in our repository. So if you want to go ahead and download that, give you a second, you can pause the video so we can do this together. But you can go ahead and open it up, run npm start, it'll start the build. Once you do, you'll see something like this, just a little blast screen that says hello. So you see this if you've done it right. We'll minimize that. Alright, so first thing we want to do is I left a file for our data. So this is going to be the data for all the products. You can see we have the True Blue drink here, the image for it, the description, the series, and the quantity. Now, I haven't done anything with the quantity itself. I just thought it would be something useful to throw in there. We also have a Bootstrap. We're going to be using Bootstrap in this tutorial as well. So this is a Bootstrap file. I think it's the cyborg, if I'm correct. I'm not sure though. So it's not a big deal. We're going to have it either way. And then we're going to have in our public folder or directory images. So this is going to be the images for the drinks. In our assets folder here, we're going to have images for the logos and the ambassadors. Alrighty, so close this up. Oh, also, I got rid of the boilerplate and the crap that React throws in there every time you make a new React app. But let's get started. All right. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to our app.js. Oops, this is the wrong file. Here we go. Here we go. No, come on. Where are you going? All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our app.js file. We have that open right here. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to app.js. Here we go. Make sure we're in the source directory. Okay. We're going to right-click, or just use this little button right here. Make a new folder. We're going to call this components. So basically, this app file is going to house all the components of our website. It's going to house the header, the main content, the footer, and those are, yeah, that's it. All right, so first thing we're going to do, we're in the app. We're going to import React from React. All right. And then we'll save this. We'll delete this because we don't need that. We're going to open up some empty fragments. All right. Save that for now. Okay, we're going to go to our directory, components directory. Make a new component. This will be our header. Oh, before I move on, in our app.css, I just added the basic style resets. We will be using the app CSS file a lot, along with Bootstrap. Bootstrap I'm using really just for our responsive design. And then app CSS for our normal CSS styling. All right. So we'll go back to header. We'll do our AFCE tab. Now this comes from an extension called, let's see, what was it called again? It's called ES7 React. No, is it? What is this one called? Is it this? Yes, it is. So ES7 React Redux GraphQL React Native snippets. So this gives us, oh, don't open that. Go back. There we go. So we can just do those quick shortcuts to make a brand new React component. So I'll do it real quick again. So it's RAFCE, hit tab, boom. We have a new header component, empty and ready to go. So we're gonna get rid of this div here. We're gonna put in a header tag because we are doing a header. All right, we're gonna need some stuff from Bootstrap. Imports from Bootstrap. Navbar. Nav. Container. Image. Alrighty. And before we move on, open up a new terminal window. npm I React Bootstrap. We'll let that install already. And then we'll grab our images because we're going to need our logo. For the header. So we're going to import, let's call this logo from, close this, go back to our file directory, from / assets / I'm going to say landing logo .png. So I have two logos in there. We're going to use for the header. We're going to use landing logo .png. All right, and for the header itself, we're going to give the header a class name. Make sure you use class name for this and not class. React does not like the usual vanilla class attribute. It has to be class name in camel case. We're going to call this header. Okay. Nav bar. We're going to go with an attribute of expand. Large, so it takes the width of the screen. And then collapse. Make sure to spell collapse right on select. Alright. Close that up. Boom. Make sure this is React Bootstrap. There we go. Alright. So this attribute, when we go to a responsive smaller screen, it'll change the nav bar from a whole width nav bar to just a little bit of nav bar at top and a little button. When we click that button, we get our selection items for routing to different pages on the site. But this is going to be a single page React application, so we're not going to worry about that right now. It's just a simple landing page. All right. In our nav bar, we're going to do a container. In the container, we're going to do a nav brand dot toggle. Oh, I'm sorry, no, not toggle. Just a nav brand with an image. Image is a self-closing tag, so don't have an opening and closing image tag. All right, this is going to have a class name of nav logo. So this class name, or this class and this class here, are two custom classes we are going to make in just a second. So we're going to get the source. It's going to be our logo picture we imported. All right, so we're going to head over to our app.css. Close that. All right. Alrighty, so I'm going to do a little comments. Just be organized. Just call this header. All right. So we'll do our header first. Dot header. We get this a box shadow. Box shadow with a 0, 4 pixel, 8 pixel, 0, and then RBG. We're going to do 0, 0, 0.2. Alright. And we have the background color. Also going to be an RBG. Probably should make this the right thing. RGBA. There we go, RGBA. Okay. Slipping. There we go. 128. 128. 128. That's going to give us that cool gray color we saw. Alright, so we got our header. Let's see. Now we need our nav logo. Nav logo class. Boom. We have a width of 275 pixels. A height of 100 pixels. box shadow of, we're going to do 0, 4 pixels, similar to above, but a little bit different. 8 pixels, 0, RGBA, yes, 0, 0, 0, or 0, 0, 0.2. We're going to do a comma. This is going to be 0, 6 pixels, 20 pixels, 0, RGBA, 0, 0, 0. Sorry, last 0 is a 0.1. There we go. All right, save this. We'll take a look, see what we got so far. Refresh. Oh, did I stop it? I think I stopped it. Something might happen. Yep. NPM start. There we go. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Yes, please start another report. I have the completed version running on 3000 right now. Just so we can go back and take a look, see if we missed something. All right, we have it open. Close that. What do we got? Nothing. Cool. What happened? Let's see. Let's see. All right. Oh, duh. All right, so we need to head back to our app.js and import the component, obviously. Imports, header from dot slash components slash header. There we go. In here, call it header self-closing. Boom. Save it. Go back. Refresh. Navbar.brand. Did I forget the period? I did. Navbar.brand. There we go. And here is our navbar ready to go. All right, let's go and finish it. Close that up. Alrighty. Oh, put 0 there. There we go. Alrighty, next thing we need to do. We're going to go under the navbar.brand. We'll do a navbar.toggle aria controls. We're going to go equals basic navbar. There we go. So this is just some basic boilerplate stuff. If you were to go on the React website and look up a navbar component, this is what you would see when you copy it and paste it into your project. All right, then we'll do under that, do navbar dot collapse. Give us an ID of exactly the same as this. Copy that. Paste that there. Close it up. We'll hit enter. Inside here, we're going to have our nav, the class name. This is going to be a React class name. Just give some margin. There we go. To the left of our navigation items. And then this will be our custom one. Nav links. All right. Close that up. All right. First nav link. Nav dot link. Now these aren't going to be functional because again it's a single React page, but it'd be pretty easy for you guys to build upon whatever you create here. Class name, mx2. This is going to give a margin of 2, or bootstrap 2, to the x-axis of the item, so left and right. So this is going to be called products. If I can spell products right, there we go. Copy, paste, paste. We will have 4 now blink items, okay. So these all have the same class names, but obviously I'm going to change these to be events. This will be news and ambassadors. Perfect. All right. So I think that is it for the header, actually. We'll save that, take a look, and here we go. This here is our header. You can see when we hover, we have some little animation here, changing the color when you hover over. It's pretty cool. We'll minimize that. So header is complete. Let's move on to the main portion of this website. We'll go back to components, new file, call this main.js, RAFCE tab, brand new React component. You don't have to add semicolons. I prefer the semicolons. It's just a personal preference of mine. All right, so before I forget, let's go and save this, and then we'll go here and imports the main from components main. So usually you're not going to be just making a single React page application. Usually you're going to have multiple pages. So you'll probably have a screens or a pages directory as well as your components. But just for this video, simplicity's sake, just the components file with our main components. Do a main. There we go. And it's important. There we go. So let's test if it works. We'll put test. Let's see. Test. Yep. There we go. Good to go. All right. So for our main, we're going to get some imports from React Bootstrap. Cool. We want container. We want row, column, and image. Cool. So we're going to want some images. Imports. We'll call this main logo, just not to be confused with our logo from header, from /assets /logo.png. All right. Now we need our data from the data file. So all of the products. We'll call this imports data from data. Okay, so in our main, we're going to get rid of these. We're going to wrap all our information in a container. So Bootstrap containers use the Flexbox properties using rows and columns. So depending on the width of the screen, it'll change to be responsive to look correct and display correctly for the size of the screen. So in the container, we're going to do a row. And in there, we're going to do a column. So we got our first column. Oh, actually, we're going to have 2 columns. I want 2 columns. There we go. All right, so this first column, we want a class name my auto. So this is going to be, it's going to auto margin for the top and bottom. To kind of center it, give that centered look, we want, so the extra small screen size, we want to take up all 12 columns. So rows and columns work with the columns, obviously. It's made up of 12 columns. So depending on how large the screen is, you can tell the website how many columns you want to be taken up for the row. So if it's a small screen, like iPhone, I want this thing to take up the whole width of the screen. But if it's a larger screen, I want to share this column with another column. So on a small screen, also want it to be 12. Medium, we're going to make it 8. Large, make it 8. So what we're going to want to do is go back to the completed one. So this is what we're doing right now. So as you can see, this is going to take up the 8 columns. This is going to take up the other 4. So 8, 4 is 12. That's going to be the entire row. This whole thing is one row. So all of this right here is a row. All right. So in the column, before we do that, let's go back to our container. Background of light. This is coming from our Bootstrap file. Background of light. Variance of light. There we go. All right, inside this column will be another row. Getting real fancy with these rows and columns here. And then another column. Oh boy. And here I'm actually going to want 3 columns, so I'll do copy paste 2 more. There we go. Okay, we're going to copy and paste this bad boy. Oh wait, in Excel here, because you never know. A lot of people with big money got those big screens. And we'll recopy that. Okay, paste it in. And we want this to, so this is going to be 3. So on a wide screen, we're going to want to take up 4 of those 12 columns. All right. We're going to have a class name of header text. All right. Copy this. Paste it in there. Careful when you're pasting. A lot of times I paste it in the closing tag. All right. And we want our awesome, cool, eye-catching words. Inspire, period. That's a sentence right there. Motivates, boom, another sentence. Take it. Achieve, boom. Boom, that's almost an essay right there. Look at that, amazing. All right. So, we have that. We're going to want another row in this column. So this is going to house the main little text you saw under these 3 super cool, super fancy words. So this is going to have another column. I'm going to copy and paste this, because I just find it super tedious to write out extra small, medium, large, extra large, blah, blah, blah. All right. And this is going to be 12, so it's going to take up that whole space. So this is going to be a nested row inside of a row. So when you go back and see here, so this is the row, our main row, but there's also going to be another row inside that row. It's taking all of its 12 columns. All right, and this is going to have class name of main text. Okay. All right. We'll go here. I'm just going to copy and paste. Write it out. And then I'll make it so you guys can see. Okay. So here, We got their description for the products. Okay, that is good to go. Right, now move on to this column here. All right. This will be our image. So we're going to bring in our image, close it out, bring the source. Source will be the main logo. There we go. And copy paste this again because I'm lazy. Paste that in. Fix that. There we go. It's going to take up the other 4 columns that 8 we had up here. So 8. This will be 4. 4. All right. Coolio. It's going to have a class name of main logo. Perfect. All right. We have that. We have that. Now we're going to have another row. So it's going to be a row outside of this row we have. So row here, and then the second row below. So this row is going to have a class name, another custom class name. I'm going to say text. Oh, sorry, this one's not custom. This is Bootstrap. Text center. This is just going to center the text. All right. So here, bring in our data. And we're going to map through it. We'll say can because we're just getting the rain cans back, the product. So we're going to get our arrow function, parenthesis, and so here we're going to make a new component. So we're going to leave this here for now. Okay, don't worry about saving it. Go back to our component, make a new component. We're going to call this can.js. All right. So again, shortcut RAFCE, tab, semicolon, semicolon. Again, you don't have to do that, but I like it. Okay. So here, we're going to import our Bootstrap stuff from React Bootstrap. All right. We're going to do column, image, and our fancy modal. Yeah. And so we're going to get some props back and we send our can through the component in our main. We're just going to get our can back. So the whole can and its name, description, series, blah, blah, blah. So we're also going to need our use state hook. So go here, bring in use states. There we go. So we're going to use state for our modal for the opening and closing. We're going to go here. We're going to say const structure show and set show equals use states. And initially, and in the default, it's going to be false. So it's not going to be appearing as a default. We need our handlers, so const handle to close. I'm going to say set show false, and then const handle open set show to be true. When we hit close, it closes. When we hit open, it opens. All right. We're going to ditch these. We don't want them. Empty fragments. I mean, you could use diff if you want to, but I just prefer the fragments. I don't know why. So we'll do a new column. Let's see, we're going to go back here and copy paste. Main. get these bad boys. Got them. Paste them. All right, but we want, oh no, that's what we want, yeah. We want the 4. 4 for medium, large, XL. 12 for extra small and small. And our on-click handler, click. Handle, so we handle open. There we go. All right, inside the column, we have our image. So this will be the image of the can itself. Have a custom class, single can, source of can dot image. Close it up. Boom. There we go. It's gonna have a normal div below it. It's gonna have a class name of can text. All right. Bring in our can dot name. So this will be the image. Underneath will be the name. All right. So that's it for that. Here we'll bring in our modal. Fancy modal. Modal. We're gonna have a show attribute. So show equals show. All right. And then on hide. Handle close. There we go. Close it up. Inside of our modal, we're going to have a modal header. So modal dot header. The close button. There we go. So if we hit that close button, it's going to close out the modal. All right. So for our we're going to have a title in here. So modal dot title with a custom class name. Never mind, I keep confusing the two. So class name, this will be a Bootstrap class name. Can't take the credit for this one. Width of 100, and then text centered, the title in the center of the header. Close it up. Inside we want the can dot name. All right, cool stuff, cool stuff. We want the modal body. So modal, probably want this outside the header though. There we go. So for some reason, if you get this error, it's because when you write the modal title, it changes the modal closing tag for some reason. So just get rid of that, it'll fix that error. So go under here, modal dot body. There we go. We'll give this a Bootstrap class name of, again, text center. Bring in an image. It'll be the same image of the can, just a more close-up look at it. So image, source. There's lots of things you can end up doing with this project. Lots of customization, lots of things you can add on to make it better. Close it up. Go. You want a normal div again. Class name. This will be a custom class name. So class name, modal description. Spell description right. There we go. Okay, I did. So it's gonna be can dot description. I don't know why it's so hard to spell description, but it is. It's super hard. Div, again, custom class name. It'll be modal dash series for the series of the item. I'm just gonna say series, and then our can dot series. Perfect. And that is it for that. We'll save that. We'll go back to main. We'll import it. Go under here. You don't have to label them and organize them the way I do. You do you. I just find it to be a little bit more organized, a little bit more put together. but you do you. You do you. So imports, capital C can, from, components, can. There we go. Alrighty. So we'll go back down here. We still have that error because we didn't finish here. So we're here. Alright, so we're going to bring in can, close it up. We need the key because each can itself needs its own key property. So we'll send in the key with the can.name. If you don't add the key, it's going to give you an error in the console. It's not going to break the site, but it will give you an annoying error that you need to fix. So can, we'll send in the can prop. So can equals our can. Save that. All right. Let's go back and take a look without our CSS. So as you see, we have the image, our huge image, taking up a lot of the screen. Got that. Got our cans. There we go. If we click them, you can see our modal. No fancy styling just yet. We're going to do that right now. All right. Go back to app CSS. Do our main. So this is our main styling. All right. So the first for main was the main logo. So dot main logo. We're going to give it a width. So this is the image, that big image that we had to make smaller. So 400 pixels. Our height, we're going to give that also 400 pixels. Usually if you have a more square image, you want to do the same width and height, obviously. If it's more rectangular, you obviously want the width to be a little bit larger than the height. And that's about it for this class. All right. So now we'll do the main text class. So we'll give it a font size. We'll do 20 pixels. Sounds about right. Letter spacing. So it's going to space out the letters in between the words. So it's not going to be super close together. But it's going to give it just a little bit of space. So go 2 pixels. Very minimal, but it makes a big difference in the styling. And then your line heights. Line height you can think about like when you were in school, like 2nd grade, you were tracing, right, or practicing your handwriting. It would be like, you get like a little rectangle, and you have to have the bottom of the letter and the top of the letter touch the 2 bars of the rectangle. All right, next we're going to do header text. We're going to give this a font size of 40 pixels. So this is those fancy, eye-catching words we have atop of the main text next to the image. Font size, font weights. I'm going to make this bold because they're big, eye-catching. Gotta make it bold. Gotta leave a statement with it. Text line, left. Color, black. Come on, black. There we go. All right. Oh, real quick, we have another. Got a nav styling. So nav. Start them real quick. Nav links. Just gonna make them a little bigger because they're looking a little small. Gotta keep it proportional, you know, proportional. Just do 20 pixels. Boom, there we go. All right, after our header text, we have the single can. Single dash can. All right. So this is for the can image, just the picture of that single can you see. So it's going to be a width of 100 pixels, heights of 225 pixels, and then a margin of 20 pixels. All right. We got that. Now the text underneath the can for the name. So we're gonna do dots can text. It's gonna be black. And we give font weights of bold, big and bold. Coolio. No, don't do that. There we go. All right, underneath can text, we're gonna have some hover styling. So when we hover over the can, we're gonna get the cool shadow in the background and a little up and down motion. So we're gonna do single can, colon, and hover. Okay. Cursor. So when we hover over it, it's going to change to a pointer instead of the regular cursor. So we know we can interact and do something with that image when we hover over it. We're going to get the box shadow. It's actually going to be the same box shadow as the one we have right here. So we're just going to copy this. Reuse, reduce, and recycle. That's how we do it here. Margin, 5 pixels. Again, if you don't like any of these stylings your own, or if you don't like any of these stylings in general, so go ahead, you can go ahead and do whatever you like to do. Mix it up, make it your own. Then we got the modal description. This is going to be the description of the item. Modal description. Make sure I spelled description correctly. Yep. We got color. We'll make it white. And font size. Font size 20 pixels. Cool. I'm a fan of 20 pixels. Alright, and for the series, we're going to show underneath the description modal series. Going to be a margin. We're going to keep it the grayer color. So margin 20 pixels, 0, 1 pixels, and 0. So this is margin for bottom top, and then 0 for left and right. Okay. And so here we got the animation. So this is going to do dots slide. Oh wait, hold on. Get a little bit too ahead of myself. We have not got there yet. So here's the modal, here's the can image, or can styling for the images. And that's it for right now. Let's go take a look. Let's double check our main. Let's make sure we got everything. Let's see, go back to can. Let's see. We have, yep, looks good. All right. We'll go take a look, and here we go. Nice. So here we got their little hover animation. We're going to change the background to white in just a second, but for right now it's black. As you can see, we do have our text here. And if we click, oh, premature, huh? We click it, we get our pointer, and we get our modal. We got the description, the series, the picture, and the title. Close it up, boom. There we go. Close it up for now. Go back here. And let's make sure we get our... We're just going to go here. So we're going to grab the root element from React. Do background color. White. And we're going to hide the overflow. So if we have anything overflowing on either axis, it's just going to hide it. Overflow, hidden, no. 2Ds. Never just 2. Oh, wait, no. It is 2. There's 2Ds and hidden. Never just 1. Never just 1D. We always want 2Ds. Okay, go back here. Here we go. Nice and white. We got our... This is a little dark. Let's see if we can fix it. Let's see. Go back here. Let's see, let's do, Actually, it's okay for now. We'll come back to that. All right. So here we have the nav bar. We have our text, image, and we have our fancy schmancy little animations here. Click it, and boom, there we go. All right, so now let's stick in the component for our ambassadors, people who we sponsor. Close that up, open up our editor back up, go back to main. Actually, yeah, we'll go back to main, click on components, make a new file, call this ambassadors.js. There we go. All right, and in main, right under the row, I'm going to do ambassadors, close it up. Then we go bring in the components, imports from slash components slash capital A ambassadors. Go here back to ambassadors file, RAFCE, tab. Alrighty. Alright. So we will bring in our Bootstrap stuff again from React Bootstrap. Bring a row, column, image, our favorites. Because we love responsive designs. We're a fan of them here. We stand them. Alright, we'll bring in a row into that fragment. Okay. And bring in a column. Close it up. It's going to have a class name of, custom class name, slide right. So this custom class is going to be a little fancy. It's going to be a little bit of an animation. Go back here, go to our completed one, scroll down here to reload. Where'd it go? Oh, hello, Mr. Fancy. Nice to join us here. Thank you very much. But yeah, just bring a little bit of pizzazz. You always want to have a little bit of pizzazz with the website. A little bit of eye-catching features. All right. So we've got that. Go back. Minimize. So yeah, this is going to make the animation to slide the words onto the screen. So go in between this column here, to H2, the class name of ambassadors. There we go. So we're going to have a little bit of a text called meets our ambassadors. All right. Okay, so after this row, we're going to have another row. We're going to do a little bit of inline styling. So to do inline styling in React, you're going to do style equals double curlies. You have to have the double curlies. And we'll just do text align center. All right. And make sure center is in quotes, because if not, React is not going to like it. So in here, we're going to do 3 columns. Column, we'll do 1 for now. XS, no, I don't want that. But I want this small, medium, large, and XL. We do not discriminate here. We have all the sizes. We're going to do X, small 12, small 12, medium 4, large 4, and XL 4. Cool, cool. Close it up. We'll bring in an image. Image will have a class name of ambassador image. Source. Close that for now. Let's bring in our images. Let's do, oh, okay, that went away. So we're going to import images, import, we'll do Hathor from assets, and Hathor dot JPEG. And all these images and files are going to be with the starter code in the repository. So import Juji move foo, there we go, move foo from slash assets Juji move foo dot JPEG imports Martins leases or leases from assets slash Martins leases. Oh yeah, that was a dash leases. There we go. And then dot JPEG. Cool. So we have those ready to go. We'll do, I think we did Hathor first, and the completed one. Do Hathor here, and then we'll just do a copy of this column, paste it, change this to GG. If you haven't seen these videos, by the way, I suggest you check out all these guys' channels. They're super cool, super fun to watch. If you're into strongmen and bodybuilding and that kind of thing. Teens, leases. Cool. I think that's it. Ah. We know who they are. We're in the div. We're going to have a class name of ambassador. Come on, Brian, you can spell ambassador. You got this. Ambassador name. Got another name. Hathor. Your son. There we go. And copy this. Paste it under here. Paste it under here. Change the name. 2G move foo. There we go. And last one. Martins. Leases. There we go. So we got that saved. Go back to main. We import it already. We have it down here. Click save. We do not have the styling yet, but we'll go and check it out. Ah, yes, beautiful. Beautiful. Exactly what we wanted. Look at that. Alright, so we'll go back to app CSS. Let's get our styling on. Alright. Let's see. So we want start with the animation. Dot slide right. Do a width of 100%. Take out the whole width of the screen. Overflow. We're gonna hide the overflow. Hidden. Max width. We're gonna make 700 pixels. All right. We're gonna do slide right, and then for that title we did the H2. Gonna give this an animation attributes of 3 seconds. Slide right 1 second and forwards. So here is how long it takes for it to do the animation, and this is the duration of the animation. So it waits 3 seconds, and then the animation will slide for a duration of 1 second. Oh no, sorry, that's backwards. This is how long it takes to do and this is the duration of it. So 1 second to start, 3 seconds for the duration of it moving to the right. It's very easy to get those mixed up. And then we do a transform. I like how I was pointing at the screen like you guys can see me pointing at it. As you can see, we're using our brains here at Programming with David. Big fans of our brains. We could do transform, translate x, -100%. So just going to move all the way back. There we go. We're going to do a keyframe, so we're going to do at keyframes, slide right to transform. And then translates, this will be a translate x of 0. Okay. We have that ready to go. Let's get our ambassadors class. Ambassadors color will be black for that text. Font weight. Font weight is bold. Text align. Center. Margin. 45 pixels. 0, 45 pixels, and 0. So again, margin top and bottom. And 0 left to right. I just prefer the shortcut instead of doing margin bottom, margin left, margin top. Do the image, so dot ambassador, spell it right, come on. Ambassador dash image. Let me make sure we got that correct. Back to ambassador image. Okay, good. Ambassador image, we're going to do a text line of center. No, not test. Text line of center. There we go. Fancy margin trick. 20 pixel, 0, 20 pixel, 0. Again, color of black. Font size, we want 20 pixels, because again, we're a fan of 20 pixels here. Font weight, bold font. And I just did the wrong thing. So this is for the text, or the name, there we go. Pretend that was for the name the whole time. And we're just now starting the image styling. Here we go. Ambassador image. We're just now starting this. Don't worry about it. This was planned. This was a planned event. So we do width. Pixels. There we go. 300 pixels. Heights. We're gonna do 200 pixels. And then we're gonna get that fancy block shadow. There we go. Coolio. Double check something. Okay. Scroll down. All right. That's it. Save it. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Look at that fancy text right there. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. Looks like we're almost done with this. It's looking good. Looking good. Now just that footer. The footer we got right here. Close that up. Make a brand new component. Footer. Do that. RAFCE. Tab. FCE. Come on, buddy. There you go. You can do it. You can do it. Now this one may be the most challenging component we've ever faced. Hope you're ready for this. Last name. footer. Need complete silence for this. Okay, we're done. That's it. We're gonna go back to main. No, not main. We're gonna go back to app. Import this guy. Imports. Components. Footer. There we go. And let's take a look. We might want to do the styling for this though. It's bested us. I told you guys it would be way too hard. I told you guys. Footer, the label here. Dots. Footer. Width. 100%. Heights. 200 pixels. Background color. RGBA. 128. That cool gray color again. 128. 128. Cool. Text line. Center. We'll get some padding on the top. No, not the bottom. What are you doing? Padding. No, not padding, padding. Top. Here we go. I'm going to do 150 pixels. There we go. Now let's take a look. There we go. So just a placeholder. This is up to you. Please don't copyright this as your own. Because again, not our product. So you may very well get in trouble. So do not copyright it. But go ahead, feel free to do whatever you like down there. Except take it as your own. So that's basically it for the project. Inspect. Get this. On an iPhone, this is what it's going to look like. Scroll down, you can see we have just that one picture in the row. We have this, we have the picture of our guys. We can still click, we're still going to see our modal. Looks pretty good. Let's try iPad Pro. iPad Pro looking pretty good. Here we go. Alright. Alright guys, just before we go, real quick fix. So remember, we had the super dark shadow. Nothing like this one we saw before. So we're going to fix that real quick. So in these right here, the box shadows. So there should be an extra 0 there. Save that. And there we go. So we'll go down here. Wherever else we got that, throw in our extra 0, throw in our extra 0, and that should be good. Let's take another look. Last look, close that up, and there we go. Perfect. It's looking very good. Still works exactly the same. Still got a little bit lighter of a background, which I think is so much better than the dark. Okay. But that's about it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And thank you. Goodbye.